Today we are going to discuss LeetCode problem number 856, score of parentheses. In this we will be given a string, a valid parenthesis string, and we need to calculate score. Before going into that, let's first understand what is valid parenthesis. For every opening there is a closing. This is valid. This is also valid, but this is not valid. So we will be given valid parentheses and we need to calculate score. The rule for calculating score is as like if we get this parenthesis, a pair of open and close parentheses in this manner, valid manner, we will count it as 1. If there are 2 like as such, or 3 or multiple times this one, we need to calculate that much time, like 1 2 3, so its score would be 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is, we can understand it this way. A plus, if we will be given AB, we will consider it as A plus B. The another thing is that if there is a bracket which is containing other valid parentheses, then what we need to do is we need to just multiply the inside score by 2, like this way. If this is given, we will write 2 into A, whatever the value A has, so the score will be double what the inside score is. To solve this in an optimal manner, that is by traversing only once throughout the string, the approach we are going to discuss today is not based on stack but on recursion, because I find recursion is very much optimal in this scenario. What the approach I am going to use is this. Let's suppose we are given an example. First of all, this is a valid parenthesis. It is given that all the given strings are valid parentheses. What we will do is, if we get this, then we simply add score by 1. We will increment the score by 1. But if we get this in any part of our string, we will call for the function to calculate at the inside level. That is, let's break down the whole problem in a very simple problem. If we will know that every problem is like in this way, the simple one, each time we find an error, we add +1, +1 and +1. We could simply find 3. But the catch is, if there is multiple brackets are there, we will calculate it inside afresh and considering it as another given string this way, and we will calculate it and put the value here, and we will add up this much time. So recursively we will do this. So what we're gonna do is, it will get clear with this example. First of all, we get open bracket, then again we get open bracket. This means we need to divide it on a level. This inside bracket need to be calculated first. Since this is complete, we will move again and we find that this is also inside the parent bracket. Then this need to be calculated this way. So by getting what we get from this, we get a score of 1. It will be calculated as this way: 1 plus 1 into 2, like this is we consider it 1. Okay, so 1 score was inside this parent block, so we will multiply it by 2, so we have 2. 1 plus 2, it will become 3. Outside bracket there is, so it become 2 into 3, 6. So our answer is 6. The code part for applying this approach, the way like we first start with this, then start with this, and before, as we don't know how long will it take to find its pair closing bracket, we will just pass this index and let the function to traverse through to it get its pair closing bracket. This can be done using a count variable. Like whenever we get double openings, we will increment the count by 1, and whenever we get a single closing, we will decrement the count by 1. So in this way, consider it this way, like it can be visualized this way. For every open bracket we will increment, and for every closed bracket we decrement. Like from traversing, first it was 0 initially with first open bracket, then second open bracket, then there is a closing bracket, we will decrease by 1, then again there is an open bracket, we increase by 1, again there is an open bracket, we increase by 1, then it's decrease, closing bracket, and again closing bracket. This can be seen. See, we will calculate at each level. First level, the score is 1. 1 will be multiplied by 2 to back into the next level. So in this level there is 1 and there is 2. 1 and 2 is there, and in the next level we need to go. So it's 3 and we get answer 6. The code part is in the description. You can check out to completely understand this.